Hello, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Okay, so today I'm coming at you with kind of an updated what I use to touch up my bags, what I use to, clean them, whatever. Several years ago, okay, fine, not several, but like, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years ago, I did a 7-video series on all the products that I use, and most of them I still do use, but I've also started using some other products, and I've had so many people asking, so I thought I would just go through really quick what I use, and hopefully it'll help you when you're touching up your bag or whatever. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so first thing I do with every single bag, no matter what, unless it's like, well, I don't really get uncoated canvas bags, but is I start with cleaning them, and I clean them with baby wipes, just any, well, they're non-alcohol or whatever. Is that right? I thought it said that on here. Okay, yeah, so I don't know, whatever. There's no alcohol in them. So just regular baby wipes. Most of them do not have alcohol in them, if I remember right. Anyway, I just get baby wipes and I wipe them all down. I wipe all the bags down. And then, what I do after that, I use saddle soap. Okay, and there's several different ones that I've tried. Probably my favorite is the saddle soap by Kiwi. You can get this at like Walmart, Target, probably other places. This is my favorite one. But I have also used the saddle soap by Phoebing's. Now, there's two different ones. There's this one, and then there's another one that has a white lid, and I didn't keep the lid. I should have, but because I wanted to show you. But anyway, it looks just like this lid, but it's white. And the difference is this is kind of a butter color, so you're not going to want to use this on bags that has like a lighter vachetta color because it's going to darken it. I learned that the hard way a few years ago. I was cleaning a Monster backpack, and I was horrified the next morning when it was like 3 shades darker. So this one would be used for something that's already like a caramel color, or if you're trying to maybe even out some of the patina on a vintage bag, this might be a good choice. But anyway, Phoebing's, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it at Tandy Leather, whatever. So there's, oh, and then I actually have recently started using another brand of saddle soap, and it is by Otter Wax. And somebody did recommend this to me, and I got it on Amazon, and it works okay. I mean, honestly, my favorite's still Kiwi. I just ran out, so that's why I've been using this one. And I ran out of the Phoebing's with the white lid. And then also, when I was purchasing the saddle soap, I noticed that Otter Wax had this leather solve. So this is what I use sometimes too to condition my bags. Whoops, wait, let's see. To condition the bags. Like, this is another way to even out the patina, like on the piping or whatever. I probably wouldn't use it on like big areas, but like smaller areas, like mainly piping, I use this. And so, yeah, there's that. But I also have used this mink oil, and I actually got this. It was just kind of I wasn't even looking for it. Like, I was at the checkout at Academy Sports Store, and they had this, and so I got this, and I like it. It works well, so there's no problem with that. And then also, a few years ago, I ordered a custom all leather bag, and the company is called Choice Cuts Industries, which sounds like a meat market, but it's not. They actually do leather goods. But when you purchase a bag, I think they give you this little leather conditioner for free, but you can also purchase it off their website. Now, I know they have recently changed names, probably because Choice Cuts sounds weird. But anyway, I did notice that the other day because I'm on their Facebook and I saw that they changed their name. Anyway, but this actually is another leather conditioner that I like. And again, I use it mainly for smaller areas and whatnot. And really, even the leather solve, like, I'm not using these for like full-blown, like, like the handles and stuff like that. It's usually if I'm just trying to condition maybe the chaps or, yes, I say chaps, or the piping. That's what I use these for. And then, okay, so for the brass, I used to use Brasso all the time. Works well, no problem. But the only problem that I had with this is that you can't really use it with zippers. I mean, you can, but when it dries, it leaves like this kind of white residue. And so then, again, I learned that the hard way, where it had like this kind of yucky, powdery white residue. And so it's great to use when you're doing like zipper pulls, or, even if you're trying to do the hard, like the D-rings and stuff like that. But along the way, I have learned about these sunshine cloths, and they are polishing cloths, and they are amazing for, same thing. They're amazing for zippers. It's actually easier. They're easier to use. They're just regular. I mean, they're just like little, and you can cut it down. You don't have to use the whole thing, but they're just little Oh, you can't really see that. Hang on. It's just kind of a, hang on, I can't figure this stupid camera thing out. There, it's just like cloth. You can cut it down and just use it in little pieces, which is what I do. But again, this works great for zippers. It doesn't leave a residue. It's great. Sunshine cloths, get this on Amazon. Works great. Okay, okay, and then what I do with my bags after I'm done cleaning them and everything is I am a huge fan of this Duragloss. Okay, now the very first time I bought it at Advance Auto Supply, and it was actually in a spray bottle. But then after, when I went back to buy it again, they didn't have it. So I found it on Amazon, and so I just pour it in, you know, I bought an empty bottle, or I'm sure you have one laying around, and I just poured it in the spray bottle, and I just used this. And you can actually use it on leather too, but it's basically like a vinyl and leather dressing, and it works good on the coated canvas. So if you're just trying to, you know, spruce up your Speedy, I do this as a final step, and you can go over the leather with it. And I use it with a microfiber cloth, okay, and this is kind of my final step, and it just glosses everything up, makes it super shiny. Again, this is after I've already wiped it down really good with the wipes, after I've already cleaned the leather. Now, I don't like specifically go over the leather. I'm just saying if you're wiping it down, it's okay if it goes on the leather and it doesn't darken it. So there's that. And then, of course, if you want to just do that extra shine, I always follow up everything with a Kiwi shoe shine brush. I love this. One thing that I like to use that someone told me about is this Kiwi, this Kiwi leather protector. And this is good for, you know, if you have a newer bag and you're wanting to spray it down so it's, you know, make it waterproof. This works well. I think I got this at Walmart or Target, one of them. Okay, so now, oh crap. Now, of course, with a lot of bags, you know, I like to, like if you have, for example, this red, well, you can't really see it, but this red Noe or the black Noes, I have the black Noe back there. If you're just trying to touch up the corners, like if they just have minor scuffs and you're just trying to blacken that back up, you can do that with this Kelly's shoe cream. Now, the Kelly's shoe cream actually comes, this is what the lid looks like. It comes in a ton of colors. So this one is obviously red for the red Epi. And then they've got several shades of brown, they have green, they have all sorts of colors. And so this is what I use. I recommend it. I like it. I've been using it for years, and the black, of course. And those work well. I have also used some other, you know, Kiwi. This is like the, what color is this? Cordovan or something, Cordovan something, and it's kind of a purplish, and this is going to be for more like maroonish colored leathers. And then, you know, there's just the regular brown. Okay, it's going to be kind of like for the darker, the vintage, like the cross grain leather interior of, you know, vintage items. Okay, speaking of the vintage items, so let's just take a wallet, for example. The inside of the wallet of a lot of the vintage wallets have this brown cross grain leather, right? Now, the colors that match this, there's several things you can do to kind of clean that up. See when you have that scuffing right there? Okay, so one option is to get this little paint pen that someone recommended, and you can literally get it at Walmart. I'm sure you could get it at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or whatever. It's in the color brown. I mean, it's not like a fancy color. It just says brown on the back. But it's just a paint pen. It's a paint pen, and obviously you just get it, just color it over, and then go over it with a microfiber cloth. Or I actually have like a ratchet t-shirt that I just cut up, and after I put it on there, then I just go over it like this, just to kind of make sure it's all evened out. And this matches, like I said, the brown matches perfectly for the interior of this cowhide. And then also, what matches well, there's several of those Angelus paints, okay? And I got these on Amazon. This color is chocolate, and this is not the one for this one. This one. It is the cognac color. And see, it really coordinates well with this this cross grain leather. Oops. So cognac, Angelus paint works well. And then also so there's three options for this color. The paint pen, the one I just showed you, and then this Terrago. And this is in the color Brandy. And this color here matches well too with the interior of this. So you've got all those options to handle, you know, this cross grain color of leather. It's also on like the Papillon bag, how it doesn't have the vachetta, it just has the regular cross grain leather. Oh crap. Sorry, excuse me, that's my daughter, and I'll have to call her back. Okay, anyway, So there's that. And then you can use the sunshine cloth to shine that up, like I said. Okay, so there's that. And then, okay, I want to show you truce bags. So you know how the truce bags have this lining right here, this color. It's kind of, it's the waterproof, you know, whatever. Okay, this is an example. Now, I don't know if that's going to come off, but what works well, what matches perfectly with this is, hang on, let me find it. Is it this one? No. It is. No, it's not that one. Where is it? It's actually a great color. Hold on just a minute. It's this one. It is the Angelus in beige. Okay. Okay. Let me just, I am really sorry. Let me just do that for a second. Okay. Anyway, this Angelus paint looks, I mean, this color beige matches the inside of the truce bag perfectly. So if that ends up not coming off, which I usually try to tackle stains on truce bags with a magic eraser. Those work well. I usually have good luck with those. But anyway, this will paint right over it and you can cover all that up. So that matches really good with that. Also, if you are, and I don't have one with me, but I was going to say, like, if you have a bag that's a little bit lighter color, that is more of a lighter vachetta, one color that matches pretty well is actually the color vachetta. Oops, the color vachetta in the Angelus paint. Now, you got to be real careful with this because, you know, if you're not ready to do the whole thing, then it definitely could look splotchy. So I have used this and it was fine. I just put a very light coat and then I went over it with like Q-tips and kind of, you know, buffed it out. And so it actually, it worked. It served the purpose that I was wanting. There was just a little bitty scuff on the piping. Put this color on there, the vachetta, and it worked well. Okay, for that. Edge coat. Okay, so edge coat. I only have 2 colors. I know that there's lots of colors available. It's my understanding that the buckleguy.com, they have lots of colors of edge coat, and there's probably more people, but those are the ones that I know of. But I only have the Phoebes in black and brown. So for example, if I am wanting to touch up the corners of, I'm just going to give the truce as an example again. It doesn't have piping, it just has, you know, well, nothing. But if you mix the black and the brown edge coats together, you can come up just by eyeballing it, the perfect color of vintage canvas. And you literally just like do it on a paper plate or whatever, and then get Q-tips or you know, a paintbrush, and then just go over the edges here, and you've covered it. It looks great. So anyway, there's that. What else? Of course, if you need to glue something down, you know, you've got your Phoebes Leathercraft leather glue here, and you can see I got this at Hobby Lobby, but they do sell it at Michael's. I mean at what do you call it? Tandy Leather too. And then also, I didn't bring it upstairs, but I was trying to get organized and I did this on the fly. I also use the Gorilla Glue, and I use the gel formula. And if I need to, you know, like for example, if you have, I'm going to use that wallet as an example again. Let's just say that you have a wallet and you have like seam, this one doesn't have it, but like if you have seam separation, you can get this and you can put it on the tip of like a safety pin, stick it in there and then press it down. Also, which I recently learned about, and I do happen to have some on hand, is the E6000, the E6000 glue. And I didn't bring it up here, but anyway, it comes in a tube. And I will tell you, and I actually already had that because I used it to sew, it's flexible glue. And so I had bought that to glue rhinestones on one of my daughter's dance costumes. And I will tell you though that it's kind of stinky. So, I mean, it's, you know, her costume didn't stink or anything. I'm just saying like when you're applying it, it's kind of stinky. So you might want to be somewhere where you've got some good airflow. So there's that. So what I say for glue, leather glue, and this actually could be flexible. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, this is actually flexible too. And it really doesn't have an odor. Okay, this Phoebes does not have an odor. But the E6000 does, and then of course the super glue kind of does, but you know, whatever. And then I also had this, I haven't used this for anything, but when I was trying to figure out what color was gonna go well for the interior of the truce bag, I bought that beige color that I just showed you, and then I also bought this color cream. But the cream color is a bit too white, but just generally speaking, see it's kind of white. Oops, it's kind of white. But generally speaking, this line of paints works well. And you know what? They might even have all the edge coats and stuff too. I don't remember if they do or not. I don't really, so I don't go into a lot of, you know, detail. I mean, like whenever I'm trying to touch up a bag, I don't like rehab them. I don't rehab them. Okay, I just clean them. I just put them through Angela's little spa, and if it needs minor touch up, you know, I can do that. But I've learned of all these different things through the different Facebook groups and whatnot. But I just wanted to share the things that I use because people are always asking, you know, hey, can you do another updated? Well, I'm not going to do another updated cleaning series, but like I said, I really do use the same products. I basically just added. So, oh, and another thing, oh, I forgot to show you a few more things. Okay, so for the zippers, you know that like, you know, the zipper on a Speedy bag, sometimes when they're stiff, you can just get regular household wax paper, just tear off a piece, and then you basically just, you know, put it over the zipper and just go back and forth, and it will bring it back to life, make it smooth like butter. I mean, it's amazing. I also highly recommend a pair of these super pointy, excuse me, scissors. Because, you know, sometimes you'll get some loose threads like around here or maybe like coming out of the chap here. And you don't want to pull them, you know, so you can get to really small spaces with these scissors. So I definitely recommend having a pair of these. Also, if you have a wallet and it has a dirty, if it's like a Damier Bean zippy wallet, for example, or if it's just something that's lighter. I'm just looking to see if I had. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, so if you have a lighter color wallet that has a cloth, like a lighter color cloth on the zipper here, these little tied to go pins, and I know there's other types of things like this, but these work really good to just, you know, get those little dingy stains off. This works well too. And so there's that. And then if you just have, if you're trying to just touch up black bags, black to me is the easiest thing because there's so many things you can do. You can do the edge coat, which, I mean, you don't really need to do the edge coat on the corners unless you want to. But this leather dye by Kiwi already has the sponge on the end, and it's just like leather dye for dummies, okay? So, for example, on my Noe GM here, like it's probably time for a touch-up. But see how the corner just has a little bit of a scuff on there? So I can do several things. I can use this, just give it a good shake. It's already got the sponge on the end, like I said. You can just dab this on there, dab it on there, and then follow it up with either your microfiber cloth or the shoe shine brush and just, you know, shine it up. You can do that. Or you can just use a black Sharpie. Black Sharpie works well. Also, the shoe cream that I just showed you, you can also do it with the shoe cream. This is a little bit thicker than, like this is just pretty liquidy. Well, obviously it's going to be, I mean, it's dye, so it is going to be, it's going to be a liquid. And then also Phoebing's, I don't have it anymore because I used it all. Well, actually I didn't use it all, but I think it exploded whenever we moved. But anyway, Phoebing's has a line, you know, they also carry the dye, and it's in this kind of bottle. So you could also, you know, also use that. And then there's a little applicator thing called a dauber. And it's just like a sponge on the end. It's got like a metal wand and then a sponge on the end. And you can use that. It's really easy. But I just, like I said, I use the shoe cream. This is the best thing. I do this the most. I have used the leather dye with the sponge on the end, but I usually use the shoe cream. And just, you know, like I said, just like you're doing shoes. You just dab it on there and then, you know, buff it out. And then also, if you have some spots that you want to, oh, and then there's also for the edge coat, this little tool. I actually, you can see that I haven't opened it. I haven't used it. I'm a little intimidated by it, if I can be honest. I'd rather use the dauber because it's got a sponge. And then this little package of leather dye markers. Put this back up. Okay, leather dye markers. I got these at Hobby Lobby, and there is another package, okay? I haven't used any of the colors over here except for the brown and the black. But there's basically you can see on the package here, it's got like a small tip and then a fat tip. And basically, if you can color, you can touch up your bag. So this is super easy. Let me just show you. All you have to do with this is just, and I always use the fat side. I never use the thin. The thin side is pretty thin. Okay, so I just use the fatter side. Okay, and so like for example, going back to my Noe here, all I do is just get this and I just color over the part that's showing, and it's a leather dye marker, and so this makes it super user-friendly. If there's no mess, you know, there's no mess with this. I mean, I don't think there's mess with the shoe cream, but there is, you know, there's always mistakes and whatnot, right? So anyway, I love the leather dye pens. They're super easy to use. And if you have like, for example, a lot of the Pequin line of Fendi, a lot of that black piping and stuff is sometimes kind of ratchet. So these work great for that. But again, you could also just use a black Sharpie, okay? And that would, I mean, because that's permanent. And so then there's that. And what else do I have? I guess that's it. And then, of course, a toothbrush, because if I'm trying to clean like a zipper cloth, like I showed you on that zippy wallet, if I'm not using the Tide to Go pen, I might just use the Mrs. Meyer spray cleaner or whatever, and just kind of, you know, get the toothbrush at the dollar store. Actually, this one was free somewhere. I don't even know. It's like free. But anyway, that way you just have this on hand. And so, yeah, there you go. I think that's all I use, right? Is that it? I guess that's it. So, again, I don't have, like, I don't do, like, complete rehabs and, you know, I don't do that. But for my own bags, if I'm cleaning them up, that's kind of, these are the products that I use. And so I just wanted to share them with you because people ask, and I just thought it would be helpful to pass on that knowledge to you. So, now, before I go, I want to ask you two things. I want to ask you to please subscribe to my channel, okay, and give it a thumbs up if you like it, and if you don't like it, just X out and leave kindly. You don't have to be thumbs down or leave me a nasty comment. It's fine. Also, I would love for you to visit my website, thatcrazyhandbaglady.com, because I do live sales every week, several live sales, and all these bags behind me. Some of them are on my website now. And I just added Sezzle, so you can do payment plans, blah, 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 right? And then also, there's something else I was going to tell you to do. Oh, download my mobile app. I have a mobile app. It's That Crazy Handbag Lady. It's for Android users and Apple users. You can go to either of those, whatever, app stores and download that. And that way you can just watch the live sales from the mobile app. You can shop from the mobile app, like whatever you want to do, okay? So anyway, all the description, or all the things I just said are in the description of this video. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. And this gives you kind of a starting point. Again, you do not have to be like a master DIYer to do any of this stuff. These are just simple, you know, touch-up things with just products that are easy to find, and they're not expensive either. So anyway, I hope to see you in my next live sale. Okay.